What's good, y'all? It's Mike from the Mike High Podcast. Came in with another one. Today we're gonna talk about Puff. Puff can be facing more criminal charges, but before we get to that, we're gonna talk about the sex tape that just leaked with Daphne Joy and a sex worker, and Puff was in a corner watching. Before I give you my thoughts on that, first we're gonna listen to what the Breakfast Club got to say.
About a sex tape that was dropped, or not dropped, it was leaked with Diddy and a woman.
Y'all talked about it a little bit because y'all said it wasn't nothing but a little bit on it. That's what y'all told me.
So there's a woman that was on the tape. The woman has been identified as Daphne Joy, who we talked about yesterday, shares a cell with 50 Cent. She posted a statement yesterday in response to the leak and took the statement down. She says, "Everybody plays a fool sometimes, and I've been the biggest fool. I just wanted my man at the time to be happy and satisfied. I wanted to fulfill all of his desires, even if that meant breaking my own boundaries. I deeply loved him, and I believed that he loved me too. It's still so painful to process the harsh realities and the truth of this relationship. The recent leak of the tape I never consented to being filmed on. I was blackmailed by the person in the video and was threatened that if I didn't give him the lump sum of money that they would leak it on the web. I almost gave in to his demand, and once I didn't, this person eventually sold the tape to a giant media outlet. The media outlet called me one day and said they had the tape and asked if I had any comment before the release. It was the first time I ever fainted in my life. Once the media company understood the tape, they purchased what was revenge porn and an extortion scheme. They backed off from broadcasting it, and she's basically talking about how she, how she's now dealing with this. But she took all of this down after she posted this, and then she posted a video on her Instagram 10 hours ago where she's sitting and she's answering Q&A questions on her Instagram.
What's the first question?
The first question is, does size matter?
Like she's playing into it.
And she doesn't even answer the question. It's just kind of like
she's playing
into promoting, like, her platforms.
But if all this is true, she has a huge lawsuit. Somebody's going to jail. If he tried to bribe her to say, I will put this out if you give me money, I won't put this out.
But why take that down and then get on live and answer questions?
Yeah, it's like you're making light of a situation. You can't go from saying, hey, something is non-consensual, but then taking it down and then answering questions about somebody's little pee-pee.
My girl, what?
Yeah.
That don't make no sense.
She
What did she say? What was the answer when they asked?
She didn't answer. That's what I'm saying. It's like you watched because you thought she was going to say something, and she just like,
And see, that's whack. I don't like when people who have experience in something, actual experts, don't answer the goddamn question. We just saw you with a little pee-pee.
Absolutely.
And now you don't know whether or not size matters.
Exactly.
Okay, give some hope for the little
We
pee-pee.
saw you with that big one, too. It was both.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So she's a big expert.
Yep.
She had both right there.
Yeah, well, she doesn't answer the question on her Instagram, so maybe she's, trying to push you to another platform.
But you almost feel bad for her at first,
I felt bad at first, especially because in the statement she said rewatching her trauma or her abuse was triggering and it was painful.
They
and
were
then
gonna put it out unless we paid her the money. And I was about to pay the money, and then I didn't. And then you felt bad just for a little bit. And then right after she pulls it down and be like, "Does size matter? Big or small?"
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Y'all got the interview from yesterday when he said the thing about 15 inches?
Dude had 15 inches. You would be tired too.
It was crazy.
She's taking a poll. Does size really matter?
That
Question
she
mark.
is taking a damn poll.
Yeah,
She took a poll, all right.
She says yes, no, not really. Oh, or do you like?
She take pole and nubs. That's so crazy.
All right. Well, that is the latest with Laura. Now, when we come.
All right, you heard the Breakfast Club. Now, for those of you who may not know, Puff is currently locked up right now. He's incarcerated in a federal penitentiary. So he can't do but so much. He got convicted of the sex crimes in his trial. I think, they over-sentenced him. I believe he should have been sentenced to some time. But I believe it was a little bit of overkill in there. He was definitely guilty from my point of view on some of the things they said. And as we could see, some of the other things was just consensual and just took a course of his own. Now, in that clip from the Breakfast Club, they was clowning him, whatever. But like DJ Envy said, if it's true, if the tape was leaked, someone can possibly be in trouble for that. Because that's what they call revenge porn. Do I think Puff did it? I don't see him incentive for him to do that. Could it have been the guy? Maybe, but he already tipped his hand. So eventually that may come out, right? But to me, the real kicker is now He's facing criminal charges, possibly facing criminal charges in L.A. From something that happened over 2 years ago.
Facing new criminal charges as the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office begins reviewing a new case against the music mogul. TMZ reporting the case is all tied to sexual battery allegations. The National News Desk, Jeff Harris, joining us now. We are also learning, Jeff, that the case involves a publicist who initially filed a police report in 2025, so not long ago. Tell us more.
So TMZ reports Jonathan Hay is the publicist who filed that report, claiming Diddy sexually battered him in 2020 and then again in 2021, following a multi-month investigation by the LAPD detectives, then presenting their findings to prosecutors. In the report, Hayes says he was working with the son of Biggie Smalls, his name CJ Wallace, and Combs would show up from time to time while they were working. Then in September 2020, Hay claims he ended up in a room with Combs, who masturbated into a shirt before telling him to participate. He also claims Combs took the shirt and then threw it at him. The following year, Hay claims he flew to LA to continue that project with Wallace, where Combs allegedly forced his genitals onto him. While reps for Combs have not publicly responded to this new allegation, his civil attorney did speak out last fall, saying, quote, "Let's make it absolutely clear Mr. Combs categorically denies as false and defamatory all claims that he sexually abused anyone." Now, according to TMZ, LAPD detectives investigated for several months and just recently submitted the case to the DA, who will now determine if there's enough evidence to actually charge Combs. The music mogul is currently serving a 50-month sentence in federal prison after being found guilty last year on prostitution-related charges. As of right now, he's scheduled to be released in early 2028.
Now, that sounds like to me a little fishy, man. First and foremost, I would hope and pray Puff wouldn't masturbate and ejaculate in front of another man. And not do it inside of a Biggie Smalls t-shirt. Like, I'm going to give him a little bit of benefit of a doubt. I hope he wouldn't be that low as a person. You know what I mean? And they saying Big Son was there. So, either way, I think this can be proved probably or not proved. And then the last part about it, I can't see another man just letting a man put his genitals on him and then just being okay with it later on down the line, pressing charges or not pressing charges, but trying to sue the guy. To me, it sounds like a money grab, kicking him while he was down. But if Puff did these things that they saying he did, then he deserves whatever comes with it. You know what I mean? But it just seems like a pile-on at this point to me. Tell me your thoughts. Like, subscribe, comment below.